Okay, Abby's up. He says, hello, I've been able to rank a few videos in the first page of Google. However, it has not been beneficial as I am not getting any traffic to my videos. I'm the local niche with the service business. Is there a good tool you can recommend for better keywords? The keywords are what? I'm using local cities with population of around 95,000 to 120,000. Well, if you want to try to figure out, Abby, the best way, in my opinion, to determine which keywords are going to produce actual traffic and leads, which is really what you're looking for, is to set up an AdWords campaign. Like, even if you've only got use $200 or $300 as a budget, and use that as what I call keyword discovery budget, right? And if you go in, you set up an AdWords campaign for the keywords that you think that customers are using. In fact, if you use what's called the alpha beta campaign structure, and you can do a search in Google for that. Look up the alpha beta campaign or AdWords campaign structure. And you'll find I think it's called Q3 Digital. It's a PDF that describes what the alpha beta campaign structure in AdWords is. But I would recommend using that, because then you would use a very broad keywords, right? So keywords that are very, very narrow service you're in. You're not specifying that in your comments, so I can't tell you which one it is, but bullseye keyword is going to be very, very specific, narrow type of keyword with buyer intent, with commercial intent. And typically a modified broad match is how you're going to set up a beta campaign, and that campaign is going to be used specifically to identify what are the actual search queries that people are using for that particular industry. And it's very simple to do. I mean, it's real easy. Like, AdWords doesn't have to be complicated. And the alpha beta campaign structure, especially a beta campaign structure, is going to identify to you which actual search queries people are typing and the ones that are generating the click through from your ads. And even if you don't ever intend on running that AdWords campaign long term, if SEO is your thing, that's great. But you can use AdWords to determine, again, I don't know your industry, but in any industry that I go into that's new for local stuff, I'll set up an AdWords campaign and run a couple $100 worth of clicks through that campaign. And then from that, I take that data and I build my SEO campaign around the keywords that have been proven to me by actual search behavior. Not using the keyword AdWords or the Google AdWords keyword planner, not using any of these other 8 million different kinds of keyword tools out there that are going to give you search metrics and all this other bullshit. I'm going to use actual user data, which is generated from AdWords itself. Okay, and that's why I do that, because it gives me the exact keywords that I should be optimizing for and putting my effort into as far as an SEO campaign. Because as you're saying, Abby, you put in all this work in ranking these videos for keywords that aren't generating any clicks or leads whatsoever. So, to me, that was wasted time and effort. Whereas, and you didn't know what you didn't know, you know what I mean? But now that you know, you could be putting a little bit of time and effort and a little bit of money. It's going to cost you a little bit of money into an AdWords campaign to identify the keywords that will produce results when you rank them via SEO methods.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if I can add real quick to that, Bradley, I think that Bradley makes a great point, because I used to make this mistake too, to spending several weeks or even months trying to work on a project, right? And try to rank a website, whether it's an affiliate website, a lead gen website, whatever that is. And the reality is that you can get rankings. That's the first step. Then you need, the visits, convert those visits into actual clients. And the reality is that some keywords, they have a huge volume, but they don't have any buyer intention, right?
They don't
have any buyer
to leads or sales.
Exactly, right. They don't convert. So I had this client one that he used to sell these cameras and whatnot, and he was getting a lot of traffic from Google, but he was getting a lot of traffic from one specific keyword, which was hidden cameras. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it has nothing to do, it had a lot of hits from Google, but all of the wrong traffic, because people will not end up buying this stuff. So the point here is that Bradley, it's really on point with what he's saying, because you're buying data. Right. Just consider those $200, $300 that you're spending as buying data. You're buying data, immediate data. Your data to tell you which keywords are gonna work the best, so that you're well on your way to actually rank those keywords and get better results faster. So.
You don't even need to set up a typical landing page for an AdWords, for just a click. It's a click-through test is what you're doing. A CTR test with AdWords is you can set up a Google Doc. So you literally you turn the Google Doc to public and create a landing page out of a Google Doc, and use that just to test to get some keyword like click-through some search query data to figure out what people are actually searching for. And I mean, if you want to go through trouble setting up an actual landing page to convert leads and stuff, by all means do that. You may already have that somewhat with, a website or if you've got lead gen stuff set up. But I'm just saying, if you don't want to go through the trouble of having to set up an AdWords compliant landing page, you can do it with just a Google Doc.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.